took loans from my mother-in-law, my brother, and I was negative $250,000. When I bought the land in Fisher Island for $122 million, half of the developers in town thought that I'm an idiot and I'm crazy. Today, everybody thinks that I'm a genius.
Why do you think a lot of people could ruin each other?
I'm going to tell you, it's a very short answer. Success brings jealousy. If you want people to respect you, you need to respect other people. If you want people to trust you and invest money with you, you need to do the right thing.
What would you say to the audience about relationship and God?
A person that stays close to God at the good times, at the bad times, will probably always going to survive. You see that guy with that watch, with that plane, with that boat, doesn't mean he's more successful than you. Doesn't mean that he's a better person than you. Sometimes being successful at what you're doing is more important than the money.
What is it about it that you really like partnership?
I'm going to tell you a little secret. I don't have one deal in my portfolio without partners. Sometimes the best deal is the one you didn't do.
Meet Isaac Toledano,
the Miami real estate mogul who turned a mortgage career into a multi-billion-dollar development empire. He reveals the blueprint for massive success.
What's going on, friends? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great episode of Tom Talks Success, where my goal is to bring you guys, I would say, the most successful entrepreneurs, people that we can all learn from them. And today I have a true pleasure to introduce a great friend of mine, Isaac Toledano. Thank you so much for coming on. Just a little bit about Isaac. He's one of the top developers, real estate people here in Miami. He's the CEO and founder of BH Group. And he's done a lot, and he'll share with us a little bit more about, a little bit more about his career and what he was able to accomplish. And I just want to say thank you so much, man, for coming. It's a true pleasure to have you on.
My pleasure, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Well, Isaac, talk to us real quick. I would say let's just jump right in it. What is it like to be Isaac Toledano?
You have to work hard. You have to start very early in the morning, finish late at night, do a lot of things at the same time, and you need to be full of passion. I believe this is my drive. I'm full of passion, full of energy. I go to sleep at night and I'm waiting for the morning to come.
A lot of people, they see, the way that you guys live, the family, and God bless you, right? But I told you something in the elevator that I feel is real, because a lot of people see the good stuff, but a lot of people don't see how hard you work. And a lot of people, I feel like, don't know how hard you work. Can you talk to us, or at least the audience, what does it look like on a day-to-day to live and be Isaac?
So hard work pays off. And if you like what you do and you are committed and you're full of passion and you are a good person, honest person, hardworking person, good thing will happen to you. I believe that if you wake up in the morning and you have good intentions and you want to do good for yourself, for your family, for your partners, and you always being a team player, you're probably going to do good. Problem starts when you start worrying about how I'm going to do more for myself, how I'm going to try to cheat this guy and I'm going to take $1 more from him, $1,000 more. This is basically short-term thinking. And if you are a long-term player and someone that has vision and you want to build your future, your name, your brand, you need to do the right thing.
How do you deal with people that, people that doesn't take serious or, will promise you something and doesn't do it that way? How do you deal with those people?
Obviously, I always give everybody a chance. And if you lie to me once, or if you cheat me once, you're never going to deal with me again.
It's so funny because, you mentioned Avi is a good friend of you, and he said the same sentence. And why do you think it's like people are especially when there's a big opportunity, why do you think a lot of people could ruin each other? Like, what does it come from?
I think sometimes it's the greed. I think sometimes it's stupidity. Sometimes people don't think. And life is too short. You don't want to make mistakes because life is too short. And basically, we're coming to this world naked, and we're going to live here naked. We don't take nothing with us. The private jets, the cars, the real estate, the millions and the billions, everything stays here. We want to enjoy life. We want to enjoy the family. And we want to enjoy what we're doing.
So, Itzik, funny story to the audience. So, me and you were born in the same city in Israel. How it is that, from a small town, in a small city in Israel, you were able to achieve what you are today, with you and your family. Talk to us in like 1 minute. How does it look like? What you need, what somebody need to do to get to where you are today?
I think, first of all the credit deserved to God.
Wow.
Then to my parents. and then to my wife and my kids. Because as a person that's close to God and I believe in God, everything that happens to us, this is God that decides for us. We think in this world that we control things. We don't. We just, we part of this show.
Real quick, before we keep with this episode, if you're watching this and you're building a business or a brand and you got a story people need to hear, for the first time I'm opening spots for guests to join my podcast. Here's what you will get. We filmed the full episode in the studio and my team takes care of literally everything, the editing, the posting, all of it totally for you guys. In addition, you'll get between 3 to 5 reels from the episode and we'll also collab together on social media so you can get even more exposure. If you want to be on, comment podcast in the comment section below and my team will reach out to you. Now let's get back to the episode.
But at the end of the day, God gives everybody what they deserve. And I think my parents did a good job. We never brought a problem. We consider to be good kids. I'm coming from a family of total of 4, 3 boys and 1 girl. We have a total of 4 brothers and sisters. And I can tell you that coming from a good family, getting the right education, being a good person, this is something that will go with you for life. And this is the next generation. This is what I tell my kids. It doesn't make a difference if you have $1 in the bank account or if you have $1 billion in the bank account. Try to be a good person. Try to help other people if you can. Do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, if you cheat someone for another $5,000 or $5 million, it's not going to change your life. What are you going to do? You're going to buy another car. You're going to buy another watch. You're going to buy another Hermes bag.
That's big. What do you think? Why do you think there's the percentage of real successful people is so low? Why most of the people are not Isaac Toledano?
First of all, there is much more successful people than me in this world. And I'm trying to stay as humble as I can. But I think that being a hardworking person, trying always to do the right thing for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my partners, I think it's important. And if you want people to respect you, you need to respect other people. If you want people to trust you and invest money with you, you need to do the right thing. Taking money from investors and partners, it's easy. The question is, what do you do with that a minute after? You're going to do with that what you promised them you're going to do, or you're going to take this money to the Hard Rock or to Vegas and you're going to spend the money in the casino?
Isaac, so you talking a lot about family. Like family is always a big thing for you, and like for me, it's like I love it. Like I'm also coming from a good family. We all, Israelis are trying to be good to each other. But you see a lot of people, especially here, like also successful people, that their marriage life and their family life is just not there. A lot of fights between the family. From your experience in your life, why do you feel that way? Like why if you look at the statistics and the marriage is onto the roof, like it's crazy. Why do you think it's that?
First of all, Liat, my wife, she's my everything. She's my friend. She's my partner. She's my second half. She's my best advisor, my best consultant. And you asking, I'm starting to talk about her. I'm going to cry in a minute. But knowing Liat, always that she's next to me, she's always going to support me at the good times, at the bad times. And you ask a minute before why you are so, the family is an important fact of my life. Yes, because people come and go, friends comes and goes. A guy that you were friend with him 10 years ago, not sure he's going to be your friend 10 years from now.
Wow.
But guess what? Your family, your blood will be with you for the good and for the bad. When you're happy, they're going to be happy for you. When you're sad, they're going to be sad with you. And I think family, it's an important thing. And I don't know if you're married or not.
No, not yet.
But at one point, God willing, you're going to get married. And you're going to have to find the second half. I found my second half. I found Liat. We have a big family. We have 8 kids. Thank God, good kids. And I want my kids to take from Liat and from myself the good things. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect except God. But I'm trying to educate my kids to be good people and to respect their boyfriend or girlfriend, and for them to look at my wife and myself as an example. And if we're not doing things right, don't copy us. Take the good things. Don't take the bad things.
So God is something very important to you. It's like you were talking a lot about God, and we're both Jewish, we both believe in God. What would you say to the audience about relationship and God? Because sometimes a lot of people go through hard life, through a lot of challenges, and sometimes it's not easy for them to find God. Are you a business owner, real estate investor, or high income earner and you're earning good money? This is for you. I sit down with high earners every single week and I see the same issue over and over again. You are making good money, but you don't have a real plan. You are not sure how to pay less in taxes. You are not sure how to grow and protect your wealth the right way. That's what I'm here for. I help people just like you to simplify everything into one clear plan so you get to keep more, protect what you build, and build long-term wealth the right way. Here is what I'm offering. For the first time ever, I'm opening a limited number of one-on-one Zoom call reviews where I'll personally review exactly what you have in place and show you the top 3 things I would change first, so you leave with clear next steps either way. No pressure. Even if we don't work together, at least you'll know what's your next steps. There's only few spots available, so make sure to click the link in the description and book your Zoom call. Alright guys, let's get back to the episode. What is that for you?
Better to come and stay connected to God when things are good. People usually think that they are Superman. They can do whatever they want. They're successful. They're smart. All of a sudden, God forbid, someone in the family dies or someone gets sick in the middle of the way, and all of a sudden they're getting closer to God. Why waiting for these bad things to happen? God is accepting us every day in the week, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
If we did something bad yesterday, today is a new day. We're starting in the morning. It takes 5 minutes to pray in the morning. Put your tefillin, pray to God, tell Him thank you. Thank you for the fact that we woke up. Thank you for the fact that we have food in the fridge, that we have family, that we have a few dollars in our pocket. And a person that stays close to God at the good times, at the bad times, will probably always gonna survive. And at the end of the day, you need something that to believe in. As a Jew, I believe in God and I want to stay as close to God as possible, and I want to get closer to Him every day. I keep Shabbat. I pray in the morning. All my kids are keeping Shabbat. My boys going sometimes to the synagogue, praying every day. It's important.
Amazing.
What are we going to show the next generation?
So that's how you see it. Like, it's more of also building a legacy. I want to ask you, so, a lot of people, and I want to ask your opinion on that, because a lot of people that getting a lot of success, especially, in Israel, but even also here, when somebody's becoming really, really successful, a lot of people also start to hate on him or saying, he's not there because like he probably did something or he stole something or all of this. Why do you think it's that way?
I'm going to tell you, it's a very short answer. Success brings jealousy. When you see successful people, this is when jealousy starts and people start with gossip and start talking bad things and negativity. At the end of the day, you wake up in the morning, you wash your face, you look at the mirror, you know if you did good or you did bad. Try to do the good things. People will always talk. People will say this, will say that. But if you know that you did the right thing, who cares what people say?
I love it. So I want to ask you something that I feel like will be super interesting to hear your opinion on that. So today I watched a video about Ronaldo. He was watching his kid like playing soccer, and the guy who was asking Ronaldo like, what do you think will be hard for him? And he said, the hunger. The hunger is not there. Like Ronaldo made all the money and he's not there. What do you think about, us, even me, like I want to be successful, but then I found myself like, I don't know if my kids will be as much as successful if, let's say, one day I'll be super successful. What is your opinion on that?
With today's technology and today's generation and social media and internet, the young generation, they're exposed to a lot of things that I was not exposed 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So I think that the next generation and our kids and our grandkids, they're going to be exposed to much more technology, AI, and who knows what's coming next. But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen 200 years from now. And I don't know what's going to happen 2 years from now. I want to be a good person today. I want to give a good education to my kids today. I want to try to give them the tools that I can for them to be successful in life. And success, it's not only money. There is much more important things in life than money.
What is that for you?
I think building a family, being a good person, someone that will always do the right thing at the good times or at the bad times.
So for you, when you started, was your motivation was to obviously build a family, but success, I'm sure, was definitely part of it. Why is it about you that, even today you have a beautiful life, beautiful family, but you still keep on going? Like a lot of people, I'm sure, will ask you, Isaac, when is enough? Like when do you just want to chill by the pool and enjoy life? What is your take on that?
Today, I'm not only chasing the money and I'm not only chasing the deal, because I'm chasing the success. And sometimes being successful at what you're doing is more important than the money.
Wow.
Of course, I wake up in the morning and I want to make money and I want to be profitable because I'm not a non-for-profit organization. Of course, I want to make money as much as possible, but money is not everything. I'm not a money-hungry guy.
Were you in the beginning? 20 years old.
I think I always wanted to be successful.
Alright guys, I have a quick question for all of you. Have you ever watched one of my episodes and thought, I wish I could ask this guest some questions? Well, after a lot of thoughts, how can I make the guest speakers more accessible to you guys? I'm finally launching Tom Talks Success SKOOL community. It's a private community where you get weekly calls with me and selected guests from the podcast. You can personally ask the guest speakers anything about business, money, mindset, growth, whatever you're trying to level up in. You will also get early access to private events, and you will have the chance to connect with other successful entrepreneurs inside the community so you can build your network as well. I want to give you all of this totally for free. Just comment community in the comment section below and my team will send it to you totally for free. Now let's get back to the podcast.
I always asked God, help me. I want to be a successful person. I want to be a wealthy person. I want to help my family. I want to help my friend. I want to help the weak people. And thank God, God helped me. And I believe and I'm sure that He will continue to help me.
How important is giving back to the community to you? I know you're big on that. And what we can all take. Like even for me, I said to myself that this year I'm going to try to give them a answer, and whatever. And my rabbi told me, look, do it. And that's the only thing you can ask God and actually examine God on. What is your take on that?
I'll give you a little story.
Talk to me.
In 2008, 2009, I used to study once a week Gemara, a Torah, with my rabbi. And I'm sure you remember, and if not, I'll remind you that 2008, 2009 was very tough. This is what a crash, not only in the United States, around the world. And I went through rough times as well. And I told my rabbi, I said, Rabbi, I have to stop sending all those donations to Israel because I'm going through some rough things right now. I'm building a new house. The business is not so good. And he says, don't stop, increase the charities that you're doing. This is the time to show God that you believe in Him and you'll see that things will turn. And you know what? Now, when we are 17, 18 years after, I can tell you that my rabbi was right.
Wow.
So I think giving the community is important. Helping the people that are in a need is important. Each one of us getting closer to other things and are touched to other things. There is people that likes boats, there is people that likes jets, there is people that likes vacation. I like to work and I like to help people.
Wow, that's amazing, man. It's like, what do you think about, I'll tell you this, like in our generation, everybody's looking on the Instagram, like you said, and they see this guy with a Bugatti and this guy with a jet and this guy is this and this guy is that. When you on the come up, were you also looking around and see why I'm not there or why I'm not here, or even today? What do you feel about that?
Never in my life I had jealousy at other people. I never looked at that person that drives this beautiful Rolls Royce.
Even when you didn't have nothing of that?
Even when I had nothing. I think this is a gift from God.
Wow.
I don't have even one drop in my body of jealousy. The opposite. I wish people good. I'm a type of person that when I see others that are successful, I say, God bless them. Because at the end of the day, this is all material. You see that guy with that watch, with that plane, with that boat, doesn't mean he's more successful than you. Doesn't mean that he's a better person than you.
So I like that. I like how you say it doesn't mean that he's more successful. But like to me, for example, right? I'll talk about myself. Like I'm 23 right now. When I look at somebody that he's also 23 and he might be driving with a Rolls Royce, I'm not gonna be jealous about him, but I'll be like, wow, like good for you, you're successful. But and then I'll be talking to myself and I'll be like, gosh, like I gotta do more. I gotta have that too. Is that a correct way to think or not at all?
First of all, it is the correct way, but I can add that you can say, hey, if he did that, what type of business is? Oh, he's a real estate developer, which means I can become a successful developer as well. He has a company that's selling wine online, which means I can do it as well. This person doesn't mean that he's more successful than you. You know the difference between a loser and a winner? The winner is the guy that was trying one more time than the loser that stopped. So I want to be a winner.
Wow.
Every day I keep trying. We don't give up. And as I said before, hard work pays off.
What is the, like, if you're looking back at your life, is there anything you'll do different?
There is a lot of things. For example,
Give us one thing.
Unfortunately, I dropped out of school at 9th grade. And I'm pushing my kids for education, and I want them to go. And Nuriel, my son, just started at UM.
I saw it, and to me it was like crazy because, you know, like you didn't go and achieve all of that, and now you want them to go. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty interesting.
Definitely, life is not perfect for anybody. And if you're asking me if there is things that if I had the opportunity to change, I would change, probably yes. I would love to spend more time with my family. I miss this window. I got my oldest daughter, Yarin. She's older. I think she's 26 and a half now. And then I have all the way to almost 8 years old. And I have between 8 kids. I missed a lot of the years spending time with them. I'm trying to spend more time with the family. So I think having balance between family and business is important.
You know, like that's super interesting. I'll tell you this, like, you know, when I said to my friends, you know, that I'm gonna be interviewing you, a lot of people say like, wow, you know, he's super successful and this and that. But I said, like, guys, like you don't know what does it be like that, and you don't, like, just like you mentioned, you know, the things that you had to give up. Like a lot of people don't see it, and I want you to share like, what is it really like, you know, because some. You know, I saw this on my Instagram. It says, you want to be successful until you need to give up on this, and that. What is your take on that?
I think that the fact that for the last 25 years, I did not spend a lot of time with my family. I didn't travel a lot. I didn't go to a lot of vacations. My family sometimes begging me, let's go for vacation. I tell them, you guys can go and enjoy,
Wow.
but I have to stay and work. My wife, she's in Israel. She's coming back tomorrow. She begged me to go with her for a week, and I said, I cannot do it. And I always say to everybody, you need to find the balance. But what is the balance? Traveling 50% of the time or working 80% of the time? Someone asked me a smart question a couple of weeks ago, and he said, what's better? Working hard for 5 years, make a lot of money, and enjoy life for 50 years, or work hard for 50 years and then enjoy life for 5 years?
I think I take the first thing.
Today, I probably tell you that you're right.
Wow. So, because it's crazy, like you just work nonstop, and like, like to me, it's even interesting. Like, do you see that work is giving you more than, like, more achievement, more accomplishment than like travel and like, why is it that you doesn't go, and why is it that your like wife is telling you come with us, and you're like, you know what? No, I gotta stay, even at your position right now.
I just love what I do. How much can you sit at the pool? How much can you sit at the beach? How much can you go for shopping? How much can you go for restaurants? I had a conversation this morning with a friend of mine, and he's telling me that he just came back from Europe. And I said, it's cold in Europe. The restaurants that you have over there is a lot more good restaurants in Miami. Great shopping, great weather,
Everything.
great beach. So I said, we here in Miami, which is everybody around the world want to be in Miami, and we have it here, and we want to travel to the other side of the world. I'm not going to say that vacations is not good. I'm not going to say traveling is not good. Yes, sometimes you need to take time off for yourself, for your family. But at the end of the day, Miami is a great place. There is a good reason why everybody's keep coming to Miami. And we
Agreed.
see a lot of the buyers of our product, condos, single family homes. We see people coming from California, from New York, from Chicago, from Europe, from the Middle East, from Canada. And guess what? When they coming here and they say, wow, how come I didn't move to Florida many years ago?
Crazy. I truly think that's the best place in the world to live on. I mean, paradise. Real quick, before we keep with this episode, if you are watching this and you are building a business or a brand and you got a story people need to hear, for the first time I'm opening spots for guests to join my podcast. Here is what you will get. We film the full episode in the studio and my team takes care of literally everything, the editing, the posting, all of it totally for you guys. In addition, you'll get between 3 to 5 reels from the episode and we'll also collab together on social media so you can get even more exposure. If you want to be on, comment podcast in the comment section below and my team will reach out to you. Now let's get back to the episode. Isaac, what is it to start from literally, like you started pretty much from nothing. I mean, went to here. I kind of know your story, was listening on the podcast. You lost a lot of money, then build it again. But how do you deal with, situations in your life that didn't go right? You lost deals, you lost money, things just fall off. How people like you deal with that?
Nothing in life is perfect. And if you have 100 deals, not all 100 deals will be the same. Not 100 deals will be perfect. Sometimes you'll have issues and you'll have to deal with them. And dealing with them is sitting with them and try to take damage control and minimize the issues and see, what did I do wrong here? Let's improve it and let's try to resolve it. Let's try to fix it. And this is why I think a person called an entrepreneur is you want to create something good, and when there is a problem, you want to try to find the solution.
So Isaac, you work with a lot of very successful individuals. Give us some maybe like networking tips or things that you learned throughout your life on, how to develop good relationship with business owners or other, real estate investors.
So thank God I'm proud to have a lot of good partners, the biggest developers in the country, between Lennar, Related, and many others. Being a partner with these guys is, if you're not good, they're not gonna join forces with you. And the fact that they wanna continue do another deal with you and another deal with you speaks for itself. And if you want people to treat you fair, you need to be fair with them. Do the right thing, be honest, be fair. And if there is an issue, sit down in the room, discuss it, resolve it, and move on. That's the only way that these big players will continue to trust you, honor you, respect you, and doing business with you. If you're not going to be that person that sit down in the room, know to resolve things, and you always want to push things towards your direction, it's not going to work.
And you believe in partnership in businesses, right? You always say, because I get, I had a lot of guest speakers here. A lot of them are successful, but some of them said, partnership is good, but I'd rather build it myself. And you always been on maximize partnership, get the most out of it. What is it about it that you really like partnership?
I'm going to tell you a little secret. I don't have one deal in my portfolio without partners.
Wow.
All my deals are with partners. I want to be able to choose my partners. I want to be able to join forces with good people, with good companies, that we have chemistry, that we can build together, that we can create value together, that we can do the right thing together. And partnership is important. But remember, sometimes partnership doesn't go at the right direction. Sit down in a room, resolve it, finish with a hug and a kiss, with a handshake, and each partner goes to his way. No need to fight, no need to argue. Things happen. It's like you're going to get married tomorrow or next year. It's not because you have an argument with your wife, you're going to take your suitcase and you're leaving. There is issues, you sit down and you try to work it out and you try to resolve it.
How do you, Itzik, so I want to ask you about maybe personal questions. So, especially in today's days, like we talked about a little bit, marriage and stuff like that. But I feel like especially here in Miami, like even to me, and, I was talking about it with my friends, like sometimes it's actually hard to find, a woman that, you kind of hear and then eventually going to get to hear and you can trust her that she's not going to go and, connect with other people and stuff like that. What is your take on how to deal, how to find good marriage? Because, you're always talking about good marriage that you have in your life.
I think if you're a good person, good thing will happen to you. I met my wife, and after 3 weeks, I proposed to her.
Crazy.
After 3 months, we got married. Thank God today we have 8 kids, 1 granddaughter, and we married for 27 and a half years. And this was a love story. And I'll tell you what, if there is respect and there is trust between a husband and wife, things will be okay. But you need to be that good person. If you're the type of person that's cheating on your wife, you're probably cheating your partners and you're doing a lot of bad things. But if you're a good person, with your wife, you're probably a good person with your partners as well.
So I want to ask you also another question, because like eventually it want to be interesting to me. So you today are, successful, have good family, have a lot of, kids. How do you say, like, when they go on dates and, they meeting other people, whether it's partner or boyfriend, whatever, like, and you see them, like, how do you tell them, hey, is a good person or not, based on, your experience in your life?
Sometimes I give my opinion. Not every time they
take
listening. Not every time they listening and taking my advice. But thank God that my wife, she is the one that really involved with the kids on a day-to-day basis, on an hourly basis.
You don't have to.
And so I don't need to deal with this. Of course, when my wife or the kids need me, I'm always there for them. But the day-to-day and the important decisions, I let my wife run it. And when they need me, I'm always there for them.
Amazing. What is the one thing, if somebody's watching you and he's saying like, wow, like I take a lot of inspiration from you, I want to be like that one day, what would you tell them?
There is 24 hours a day. Take an hour a day. Try to get closer to God. Do the right things, and good things will happen to you.
And let's say let's say somebody's starting to connect with God, is putting tefillin, but then he's like, okay, like what now? What would you say?
You wake up in the morning, you pray, and you ask God to give you good things. And I don't know what you want to do in your life, but if you want to go to college and you want to be successful, try to be the best student at the college. And if you're starting a business and you're selling goods online from home, try to be the best person. Try to be creative. Try to do things that other people don't do. And if you're in real estate like me, try to find the best deals, the best location, and try to find the best partners.
I love it, man. Are you a business owner, real estate investor, or high income earner and you're earning good money? This is for you. I sit down with earners every single week and I see the same issue over and over again. You are making good money, but you don't have a real plan. You are not sure how to pay less in taxes. You are not sure how to grow and protect your wealth the right way. That's what I'm here for. I help people just like you to simplify everything into one clear plan so you get to keep more, protect what you build, and build long-term wealth the right way. Here is what I'm offering. For the first time ever, I'm opening a limited number of one-on-one Zoom call reviews where I'll personally review exactly what you have in place and show you the top 3 things I would change first, so you leave with clear next steps either way. No pressure. Even if we don't work together, at least you'll know what's your next steps. There's only few spots available, so make sure to click the link in the description and book your Zoom call. Alright guys, let's get back to the episode. Itzik, if you're looking back at your career, what is the one thing that you said like, wow, I'm actually proud of myself? And there's a lot of those.
Don't make me cry now. That I found Liat as my second half, and that we built a family with 8 kids.
Wow. That's amazing. Like,
this is more important than everything.
Like what's crazy about you that, like we see it here, and you probably mentioned, family, wife, kids, a lot of times, and you just don't see it a lot. Like you just don't, like I've interviewed a lot of successful people, and maybe a couple of those really had good relationship, and a lot of them sold their companies for 100 million, 200, whatever, all these numbers. But a lot of times, most of the times, it's not like that. And some of the times there could be situations where the wife didn't believe the husband could make it, then he make it, then it was too late, and she already find a different husband. And so I want to ask you, how do you make what is some relationship tips you can give to maybe the audience that look at you and be like, wow, like we love Itzik, we love Liat, we love the family that you build, and they want to know how you are able to maintain this kind of relationship?
Appreciate everything that we have. Don't take anything for granted. The fact that I can spend time with my parents, God bless them, they're 80 years old. I was with my mom and dad yesterday, having dinner with them. Sitting with my parents when they're 80 years old, when I'm 51 years old, when I have big family, when I'm very busy, you need to enjoy those little things, because I wish my parents long life and 120 years, but I know that they're not going to be here forever. So try to enjoy those little things. Spend some time with your mom and dad. I don't know when was the last time that you called your mom and say, hey, Mom, I miss you, I love you. But try to find that 10 seconds to call your mom, call your dad, find an hour to go and eat with them if you can and they live close to you. Just try to enjoy those things because, listen, another deal won't change my life. And if I'll make another dollar tomorrow, it won't change my life. I want to try to be a good person, a good son. I want to be a good husband, and I want to be a good father.
That's amazing. What is the best 3 things you would say that somebody can either like read a book or get an education on or just, get better in their life? Is there anything that was specific to you that helped you? Or
things that are hard to you, don't abandon them. Don't run away from them. If you're the type of person that don't read a book, try to force yourself to read a book. Maybe it's going to help you. It's going to make you relax a little bit. Going to give you a little bit of education. I read a lot, many things. Sometimes it's books, sometimes it's newspapers, sometimes it's the Bible. I study Torah. Every opportunity that I have, I try to find a few minutes for myself to disconnect.
you said something, one interview that I watched about you, you said that you never come with expectations toward a meeting. And I loved it because I was not doing that. Let's say I had a meeting from work, I would hope that something, will help and I will hope that I'll close this deal or whatever. And you said you're never coming with any expectations. Why is that?
I never prepare myself to a meeting. Oh, what I'm going to say at this meeting, what I'm going to show them, what I'm just going and always asking for everything that I do. I'm asking God to put the right words in my mouth.
How do you get to a level of believing in God so much? Because I'm sure, I don't know, maybe it wasn't like that from day one, or maybe it was to you.
So I'm coming from family that religion is important. We always believe in God. It was times that I was closer to Him. It was times that I was a little bit getting a little bit far away. But the last, I would say, 25 years with Liat, my wife, we got closer and closer, keeping Shabbat, really keeping Shabbat. Us, the kids, not easy today to take the phone from the kids on Friday night. And today, thank God, my kids, they do it on their own because they like Shabbat as well. Imagine 7 days a week to do the same thing. All day on the phone, all day working, all day driving. You need to have this 24, 25 hours for yourself, for the family, to disconnect. So the fact that I'm getting closer to God every day and I'm pushing myself to get closer to Him, because it's really good for me. It's good for me. It's good for my family. I got Sivan, my daughter.
I saw her.
She became
completely,
She became ultra religious on her own.
And that's fine with you, right?
Yeah, of course,
wow.
We love it and we respect it, and I wish all my other kids to follow her.
That's interesting. What is the one thing you will say to, maybe looking back at your life, one thing that you will say to yourself, I wish somebody told me that?
I said it to myself many times. You really want to know? So I invested in Bitcoin when it was 17,000.
Jeez.
And then I sold it at 54,000. And then I thought that I'm a smart guy. And guess what? As someone that exposed to business, if I would invest in Bitcoin in 2008, 2009, things would be completely different. Just invest it, take $50,000 in 2008, 2009. Today it will turn to be probably over $1 billion. So, but I don't regret because it's all material. If I had another $1 billion in the bank account today, how it would change my life? I would still be here with you.
Because that's crazy.
And I would drink from this bottle. I wouldn't drink from a bucket.
That's crazy that you don't have those regrets, because I know so many people, even people that came to my podcast and they're like, wow, I wish I would invest it, or I wish I would have done this. How do you not have this?
I could care less. This is just material. It's nothing.
That's crazy. What is the one thing that you said, I don't know, maybe that the first million you made or the first big money that you made, that, I don't know, you bought something and it was like a big accomplishment to you?
One of my biggest accomplishments that I had is I came to the United States in 1999, and I came with money. At that time, about $1.5 million was a lot of money. I was bored. I was looking for the right thing to do. I couldn't find it. and I started investing in stocks, and I lost 100% of the money at the stock market.
Wow.
And not only that I lost 100% of the money, is at that time I took loans from my mother-in-law, my brother, and my brother-in-law, and I was negative $250,000. And as soon as I start making money, I became a mortgage broker, and thank God very fast I was successful. I paid back the loans to my mother-in-law, to my brother-in-law, to my brother, and the first thing I did is I went and I got Liat, my wife, Alexis, and this was that feeling that I went to her with this card. This is something that I will never forget.
Amazing. What is, if you were thinking about something you can share with either your kids or just the people that are watching on how they can improve their life, what would you tell them?
If you like something, do it. If you feel that I'm not going to be successful, I don't know if it's going to work, you have to try. It's okay to try and not to be successful. It's okay to try and to lose. It's okay to do a deal and to lose money. It's okay to do a deal and make less money than what you thought, because this is how you're going to gain experience. If you're not going to do, if you're going to be afraid of doing, you're never going to be successful.
Amazing, man. I love it. To me, it's so crazy because, I'll look at you, like, I'll tell you, I'll look at you and like, I'm like, this is the American dream, like what you were able to make, it's just so amazing because, like you said, like, I don't like when people are jealous and stuff like that. Like, they should look at it and be like, I should be like that too. But the question is, and me and you were talking about it, the question is, I don't know if a lot of people say they want to be like that or they want to have this life. But the question is, can you actually handle and like you said, work every single day and don't go to those vacations? I don't know if it's going to be the same answer.
The question is, what do I do to become that person? Am I willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to work 18, 19 hours a day? Am I willing to spend all my day in front of a computer and driving to see sites and negotiating that deal and negotiating that joint venture? Am I willing to take the risk? When I bought the land in Fisher Island for $122 million, half of the developers in town thought that I'm an idiot and I'm crazy. Today, everybody thinks that I'm a genius.
And so how do you deal with those situations when, like other super successful people, the expertise, everybody telling you, like, man, what do you do? Like, you might lose some big money there and you're still going.
I'm trying to learn from the good people. I have some good friends, good partners, and sometimes I pick up the phone and I call a friend or an older partner to take his opinion, get his experience. My dad is a very important person to me. Sometimes I pick up the phone and call him. Liat, she's the most important person to me on earth. I pick up the phone and I call her and said, Liat, I'm coming to take you. I want you to go see with me that site. I want her energy. I want her blessing. But at the end of the day, once again, as a person that believes in God, if something meant to be, it will happen. So I go to work on a deal and sometimes I'm not successful and the deal is not happening. What I say is, God decided that this deal is not for me.
That's amazing. So you look at it, anything in your life that happened, because Avi said the same thing. I asked him, he said, like, sometimes you'll lose a $1 million deal, and he said, it wasn't for me then. But it's like, sometimes it's hard. It's hard for people to say that. It's hard for people to admit that because they'll look back and say, oh, I should have said that. I should have done this, and I should have,
Sometimes the best deal is the one you didn't do.
That's what it is. Itzik, thank you so much, man. Like, you brought so much, information to us and, teach us. And, a lot of people told me to do this podcast and talk about real estate, but I wanted to talk more about, like, the other people. Because, a lot of people know you're super successful in real estate, but I try to do this podcast where I talk to the people also about, like, their personal life and also, like, what is they actually going through. Like, like, I'll share with you guys, like, we were just in the elevator and somebody came to you and said, like, wow, I love this Patek. And I said, like, after the guy left, I said to Itzik, like, I just don't know if everybody want to live your life that you live today because it's not easy, and man, God bless you, like, really, because you're such an inspiration to a lot of also Israelis that look at you and want to be like you one day. And I really appreciate you coming. I know we tried it for a lot of time, but I really appreciate you coming. How can people find you?
Go on our website, bhgroupmiami.com.
And you have an Instagram too, right?
I don't operate it. I don't have social media. It's my company that runs it.
It's also BH, right? Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it, and you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned a lot. Isaac is a very inspiration, and if you guys like it, make sure you subscribe. You know, put a like. Let me know in the comments who should I interview next, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.